Hello boys and girls and welcome to another video. In last few episodes on my channel, I've been having a great off-road fun with my friend Slavko, famous motovlogger from the Balkan, riding CRF250 Rally while I'm on my CB500X. Besides just a great time on the forest trails in North Croatia, I'm also learning and practicing some off-road tricks and techniques for getting myself out of tricky situations in one piece, and without making a monthly salary worth of damage on my Honda CB500X. Before we jump into 5 important things for off-road riding, allow me to say one thing first. I'm not an experienced off-road rider, even though I'm riding motorcycles all my life. But that's a good thing in this case, because things I'll talk about here are absolutely things you'll encounter while riding your motorcycle off-road, either as a beginner or as an experienced off-road rider. Okay, so here are the most important things to understand when riding off-road regardless of the motorcycle you own. When riding motorcycle off-road, it's all about correct body position, balance, staying in control, and coordinating body movements along with motorcycle against the terrain and obstacles in front of you. Now of course, that's an easy thing to say than actually do in practice, but I guess the part is coming with an experience. So I would say smart way of improving off-road riding skills is exactly how you are doing it right now. First understand important factors, then go out, challenge yourself, and practice until you break the bike completely, like for example Slavko did. As you can see, if Slavko knew about factors you'll find out 4 later in the video, this wouldn't happen to him, and his lovely Honda CRF250 Rally would still be in one piece. Also, I have to be honest with you all and say, this is the way I was learning it too, but I strongly suggest be smarter than us, get some basics, then go out and have fun. So here are 5 important things I've learned too late for off-road riding on a motorcycle. First, set up your bike and tires correctly. Invest some time in setting up the motorcycle and tires for off-road riding.
Guys, muddy trails, big no-no with these tires.
Realistically, this is probably the most boring part, and most of the times all we want to do is jump on the bike and go. But truth is, when you take everything into consideration, this is actually the quickest path to success. Because with wrongly set bike and tires, chances are off-road adventure will finish sooner than planned, or with an injury or with a broken bike. Also, you can ride motorcycle prepared for trails on the paved roads better than you can ride with road settings on the trails. You can see me here struggling all the way. On every corner, on every rut, on every incline or decline. If I was smart enough and invested a little time in preparing the bike and tires for off-road riding, I would have a lot less stress and I would spend more time riding and having fun. Take a look at here how sweaty I am, and then take a look at Slavko. See the difference? Slavko is looking fresh because he knew how important it is to be prepared. I didn't. So how should you prepare the bike for off-road riding then? Next time I'll ride off-road, I'll adjust handlebars and levers for standing up position. I'll move handlebars slightly forward and position clutch and front brake levers slightly more down. This way, when I'm standing up, my hands will be in a more natural position, allowing me to reach controls easier, which will lead to my whole upper body being more relaxed and elastic. Also, I'll position rear brake lever and gear lever on the opposite side a little more up than stock setting is. When riding off-road, every millisecond counts, and this will ensure I have quickest access to my rear brake and shifter when needed. I will reposition my heavy cargo to be lower as possible on the bike, and finally take with me toolkit and tire repair kit, because if Slavko didn't have tools with himself when I kissed the ground, I would return home with hands full of broken parts if I would be able to return at all.
Dobro, imamo dobar pad snimljen, it will be fine. Bog te, daj to malo zatvori.
Alternatively, if I'll be in a proper adventure mood, I'll probably remove pillion foot pegs as well, so my legs are not too close to the pillion pegs when I'm standing up. For tires, I'll just drop the pressure on the front and back wheel to around 1.5 bars, or around 22 psi. That's around 50% than riding on paved roads, just to get more rubber in contact with the surface. This all may sound like a lot, but I trust my friend Slavko when saying first time setting up the bike for off-road riding is the hardest, and it takes less time with every next time doing it.
Ali zato što dugo traje vožnja, ali nije kilometraža velika. Pa kaj miš kakva je Hrvatska, ono, ko da smo bog te Rusije.
Second, we have to keep feet inside. Check this out, guys. Now take a look at the position of my right leg. If you take a closer look, you'll see that my right leg got stuck underneath the bike for a brief moment.
Jesi izvrnuo nogu?
I was lucky this time. I could easily break my ankle here. Imagine what effort would be required to get me to the hospital from this place in the middle of nowhere. What I failed to do here is to keep my feet close to the bike. So never forget to keep your feet inside the bike, and especially watch for those toes not to stick out. Sticking toes could easily grab on something and turn the foot in opposite direction. Having toes sticking out like I had is a common position when riding on the road, but here different rules apply. This is one of the most common injuries while riding off-road, and I'll try to develop a mental habit of pulling legs up in case bike is going down. So I've learned I have to position the strongest part of my feet on the foot pegs and always keep toes close to the bike. Third, body position is most important single factor for off-road riding, and it's okay to ride in a seating position. Body position is a big one for off-road riding, and it could be a video on its own. But first thing I'll say about body position is, it's totally okay to ride off-road in a both seating or standing position. Logic here is, if terrain is rough, we'll naturally stand up, because it's easier to control the bike that way and to see the trail ahead. And if terrain is not that challenging, sitting position will help in preserving an energy for what may come later. Unless you aren't lead or in a top physical shape, sitting on an easy sections of the trail is even advisable. I know there was a lot of comments on my previous off-road videos why I'm riding off-road in a seating position. Well, this is the reason. If I need to stand up, I will. If not, I'll ride seated, because that's an easier to do. Also, when I'm seating, my body is positioned more towards front of the seat, not because I saw superstar enduro riders doing that. Reason for this is, if I'm sitting almost on the tank, it allows me to be more reactive and flexible in case I need to correct the bike fast. When I'm standing up, my upper body is slightly tilted forward and elbows are positioned a little bit up and wide, similar like I'm doing push-ups, let's say. It's better if upper body is more down than up. Reason for this is, when upper body is more down, bike's center of gravity is more down, and this position allows me to be more on alert. As said, body position for off-road riding is an art on its own. What's most important to keep in mind is to control the bike with core strength, to bend knees but keep lower leg part vertical on the foot pegs, to be bent in hips and to keep low. This way balance will be low and on the central point of the bike. Very important, guys. Fourth, acceleration is not the same as speed. With speed we hit the obstacles, with acceleration we pass obstacles. Two things are important here, guys. Body position and action, in that order. First we have to position the body low, slightly forward with hips back. And second, we start with a slow speed and accelerate over obstacles, without stopping preferably. We don't speed over obstacles, we gradually increase speed and pass over the obstacle that way. Fifth, cornering is opposite than on road riding. While riding on the road, we lean the bike and position the body in the corner as much as we can. If we do that while riding off-road, tires will slip because of A, wrong center of gravity, and B, because of small contact patch with the ground.
Super je.
What we should do instead is keep the body weight centered over the bike and lean the bike in a corner while sticking butt cheek in the opposite corner out direction. Also, one important thing regarding cornering that I seems to always forget, but will develop a mental habit for it, is head should always look at the exit of the corner, because you've heard that one, bike is going where you are looking. And finally guys, as a bonus, I'll say what Slavko was repeating me for the whole time. You can do it, it's all in your head. Modern motorcycles can do a lot, even if we can. So I guess we should have faith in our lovely machines, follow the rules for off-road riding and hope for the best. Reasonable risk in a controlled way is the way to go. I think they call this something like going outside of your comfort zone. Alright, to keep this video reasonably long, I'll stop here, and in the next one I'll tell you what I figure out regarding going over obstacles, riding on hills and descents, braking off-road, turnarounds on difficult terrains, and few other important factors for off-road riding. So if you're looking to improve, subscribe now and don't miss that one. Okay guys, many thanks for tuning in. If this video brought you any value, please hit me a thumbs up. If not, feel free to punish me with a thumbs down. Any way you decide will tell me a little something about what you guys want to see on my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers everyone!